Hi and welcome to this class. My name is Jasmeen Hana and I'll be journeying with you for this time ahead now, really diving into power. So some of you may know that the Egyptian school, mystery schools, schools of thought, shamanic schools were really about power. That was their core transmission. And power is a huge word. Power is a word that can easily be distorted in our world. For the ancient Egyptians, power meant being connected to nature. If you are as nature, if you think as nature, if you embody nature, then you're powerful. There isn't anything in between that gap that can breed so many thoughts and doubts and worries and confusions, and also the dissecting of information so much. All that world where things become just philosophy or become just thoughts, but they never actually connect with the synapses and information in our cells. Well, for the ancient Egyptians, it was kind of like just fused together, body and thought. You could say more intelligence, also cosmic sky, cosmos, and earth and matter again. So there's so many forces of nature in ancient Kemet, so many different names of deities, and each one embodies a certain power that we see in nature. And they also embody a certain part of our anatomy within ourselves, the anatomy of our own inner nature, the anatomy of spirit. So we're going to focus today on Sekhmet, obviously, because we are entering into the season of Leo, which is more the lion, lioness quality. Also, Leo is very much about the heart. So this is a time now to dive deep into the power, which for Sekhmet is physical power. It is embodied power. It's passion that moves through the body, through the cells, in terms of action and vitality and physicality, but it's also heart. And one of the beautiful things, as I keep diving deeper into the work with Sekhmet, is in some way she's just a very fierce mother that's protecting something very soft and innocent inside. So we all have that. We have something very soft and tender and innocent inside, and that's connected to our heart. Sometimes I feel it's like the 5-year-old that sits at the center of the heart, the 5-year-old child, somewhat the pure innocence of the inner child that only wants really to be loved, to feel safe and to belong. And then there's Sekhmet, kind of the guardian of that child. So what does that mean? She's a guardian of this child. It means that she won't allow anything to come in that's going to affect this child by creating any kind of traumatic responses for this child. But this child is our own heart. So when we protect our heart, it's not that we defend it and build a huge fortress around it, but we're just more discerning. Do I want this in my life right now? Do I want to be around this person? Do I really want to be in this situation? It's a discernment. And sometimes, in terms of Sekhmet, sometimes things come in, but they're not able, when you say no, they're not able to just say, okay, thank you for taking care of yourself. So in that case, she has to be a bit fierce. It's like, this is my ground now, please leave. Or it comes from a different place. And now for a lot of people, when I work with them, being able to say that, like, leave me alone right now, I'm not interested in having this conversation, is very difficult because we're programmed to be really nice. So one way we can start to do that is really to feel our body and to feel this. You might have done this before, is feeling the animal body. So let's do that for a moment together, if you're open to it. I invite you to just shake your body for a second. So to begin, you just like shake. I'm going to stay sitting down, but you're welcome to stand up. And you just shake the body to bring energy and vitality into the body. And you can come actually onto all fours, or you can sit down. And really what you're doing here is you want to connect to the base of your body into your pelvic floor. And the sound is very important here. It's not just to connect connect here, but it's to bring your sound all the way down to the root. Now, when I started, it was also like from the throat. But as you go deeper and deeper into where this energy is coming from, it's really like your power in your base. It's connected your anus to your sex, and the growl is like and when you start bringing the growl down, you'll feel it all the way down into your pelvic floor, all the way down your root, and almost down your feet. Now, it doesn't have to be like the way I'm doing it, it's your way. But the important thing is you're connecting to a primal part of yourself. Because when you're saying, I'm not okay with this, it's some part of your animal too that's saying, I don't like this. The animal has powerful instinct. Our animal body is not something to cut away or say it's bad. It's actually power, pure power. So take some time now, just feel your growl. You can do this sitting down. And connect to the mama lioness inside of you. She'll protect the innocent part of you. That's all you need to do. You don't need to pounce right now. It's definitely not a scratching or a hurting another. It's finding your sound that's in your gut. That's your power. This is your sound. All right, so if you want to do a few more rounds, you're welcome to. Otherwise, if you complete, just feel what that feels like and practice that. Practice that sound and bring it down further down. It's like taking an elevator from your throat all the way down. So it's like, oh, taking an elevator down all the way down your body. So this is the thing with power, with Sekhmet. It isn't a scratch. It's not like, leave me alone. Sometimes we have to even be able to even learn how to say that. But when we work with her, even just that energy is already clear to another's energy field. You're clear what you're saying. You're not saying, for example, please leave me alone, but actually another part of you is like, you're clear. Your entire being, your entire cellular body is speaking that. So anchoring that in. I had a lot of practice growing up in Egypt myself it was a lot of attention as a young girl. Any girl, actually, there gets a lot of attention, sexual attention. So I had to learn that to the point that sometimes it was really like on the street. But I had to learn that to protect myself. And this is not coming out of fear so much as it is about coming out of a deep self-love. You're learning to love yourself. And as maybe younger people were taught that if you are a loving person, you'll always please everyone around. Well, this is not about pleasing anyone to make sure they're okay. This is about taking care of yourself, and then others know their place. And then there's a powerful relating in that moment of where is my place. Now, of course, when Sekhmet's not busy doing that, she is a cat. She's lounging, she's meowing, she's purring, she's eating, and she's only pouncing and putting energy into things when it's necessary. Otherwise, she's chilling. She's a lounge cat. And this is another quality of power in life, is to know when is it time for action and when it's not time for action, not time for work, not time to be doing anything. She shuts down and turns into a cat and is able to relax and enjoy life without stress. What a beautiful art that is, right? Especially in our world these days, where stress is such a common dis-ease for so many beings. So if you're not practicing that, it's practicing the art of self-pleasure. It's practicing the art of knowing what you want and saying yes to yourself. Saying no to what you don't want to come in, what do you want coming in is probably a lot more pleasure, a lot more stress-free time, a lot more enjoyment, a lot more sensuality. So for the ancient Egyptians, sensuality was important because it was the fuel that built the power, the life force. Sensuality, pleasure, music, lounging, beautiful smells, dancing, lovemaking, all these beautiful things that I don't think anyone can object to. They're beautiful parts of life. So welcoming that as a yes, and then and allowing more of the no to find its place. And that's often happens with ourselves. It's saying no to what we don't want, even mentally in our own minds. I don't want that thought in my head anymore. The thought that says, oh, you're not beautiful when you look in a mirror, or the thought that says you're never good at doing this, or you failed again, or you're not able to, all that. This mind also needs its lioness to guard it. It's like, enough. Thank you for being here and keeping me safe for so long. And now leave. So this is one strand of power that comes from Sekhmet. Now in ancient Egypt, every force of nature had its counterbalance, masculine, feminine. Sekhmet is the embodied feminine in a lioness physical form. She's also in a way like the Kali that will be like, but also know what to welcome in. Her counterbalance is Ptah, and Ptah is the craftsman, the masterful, skillful craftsman, through word, through the hands, through art. It's bringing what is in the internal world as a vision into the world as a craft. So her energy is passion. Without that passion, he's not able to craft something. We're not able to create and manifest our dreams without passion, fire, energy, spunk. A part of us that is like, I desire this so badly that you'll do anything. I want it, that sacred wanting. So Ptah's energy is also needs that. But just that sacred wanting, just the power inside to desire, and then to say, to be able to push things away that you don't want, it's powerful. But just that energy of emotionality that comes inside of it can also be intoxicating. So you can become intoxicated with, oh, I desire, and oh, I don't want that. And so that can also become quite an emotional world, which can also become intoxicating. So we want to move from the intoxication of emotionality into also bridging that into the rationality and the structure to make your work in the world. Whether it's weaving baskets, making pies, maybe it's setting up a business, whether it's having a beautiful container as a parent. Your passion, what you want, which starts also as a desire, as an emotion, has to be able to bridge into the physical world so that you can translate that into action, the craft behind your life. And the more you build on your craft, you become a master at that craft, whatever that is. And every being has their masterful craftsman, and that brings joy in order to bring it into the world, and it also takes practice. So her energy, with that energy, creates a lot of power. How do you think the pyramids were built? It must have taken a tremendous amount of wanting and passion and desire to create something so magnificent, but it also took a lot of craftsmen and architecture and engineering. Bridging these worlds together creates the genius, creates also the action needed. And what's the child that's born from this? It's Nefertum, the blue lotus child, and that is the beauty way, walking the path of beauty. When you're able to bridge energy and passion with craft, you open up a world inside of you that is beautiful, the beauty way, and you bridge that world of beauty with the world. Whatever your craft may be, it may be engineering of homes, or it may be even composting toilets, like whatever it is. But when you do that because you love it, you open up a way of the beauty way in your life. And the beauty way was one of the highest orders you could attain in the world of in the initiation gateways, reaching a place where you reach the beauty way. That's it. You've reached in a way also Maat. You've reached a way balance, integration, harmony, love inside. So whatever, all those thoughts that say, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not loved, those start to dissolve into, God, I love the creativity that's behind your life. Opens up such a tremendous love inside, and you become in wonder with your craft. You become enwondered by life itself. So this is a little bit about Ptah, working with Ptah and Sekhmet and Nefertum. I'll leave you here. There's a wonderful guided meditation that you can do that will be played for you. And just take that time to go in with that beautiful trinity, and I'll see you for a moment on the other side. Sekhmet, Ptah and Nefertum, such different qualities and frequencies, and yet they each need the other. Sekhmet needs Ptah to balance. Ptah needs Sekhmet to feel alive. And Nefertum is the child that they give birth to in their union. Sekhmet, roaring lioness energy, power, vigor, knows herself, knows her boundaries, will attack if anything comes to harm the innocent child within, will defend with all her love, and ferociously if anything comes in the way of her own child. This is power, pure power, and yet, as you heard, can also become intoxicating. Power can become intoxicating. She is pure passion. So balancing her is Ptah, the divine inner architect, clarity, measurement, the craftsmanship. When directing pure passion, it is Ptah who is able to put it into a craft. Art and word enhance that craft, your creativity into manifestation. And together two forces of nature give birth to the divine child and to the beauty way within. So let's begin with a nice deep breath to begin. Allow yourself now to feel what lights you up. What is your passion? What do you want from life? And for a moment, dare to really think and feel it as it is, raw, unfiltered. If it's passion for abundance and money, claim it. If it's love and relationship and beautiful sex life, then claim it. Do not apologize to yourself for how badly you want something. Own it now. Feel it. What pulses through your body? And how do you know this? When you look in the outside world, what makes you feel most envy or jealousy? That is often an indicator to something that you want inside. What turns you on? What makes your blood boil? Or even what makes you turn envious? Go there. Dare to go there now. Feel it. It can also feel like a deep longing in the heart for sweetness, for gentle love, for stability, for groundedness, for home, for family. It can be anything. What's important is it knocks on your door internally quite frequently. And now, my dear, it is time to look at it and welcome it and not turn it away. Own it, claim it. It can even be the longing to sing, to create art, to be happy. Now, once you feel that passion, that want, deep wanting, feel the freedom to want. There is no shame in wanting at all. And now as you feel that, inviting in the quality of Patah, the architecture, the designer, the ability to put that into structure. How is this going to happen? It requires a vision and it requires action. It requires a structure, a container. So allow this inner masculine inside of you to hold the passion of your inner feminine, to hold it, to contain it, to honor this desire, and to give it space now in your inner world. All the little bits and pieces will get clearer along the way. The how, all the hows will come clearer, and yet for now, create the container, the energetic container that can hold your wanting, your desire, and feel it like crystal clarity container, linear, precise, engineered with genius architecture. This is a part of you too. And as this engineering, as architecture holds the beautiful pulsing passion of your feminine, now see what happens when that comes together in love, in devotion, in commitment. The child, the Nefertum, the blue lotus child is born. It is your beauty way, meaning every action, every step becomes beautiful. Whether you have to fall down and fail a few times, whether your craft comes out a little bit wonky on the edges, whether it takes you some weeks, months, or even years to perfect your craft, whether that's your homemade pie, or whether that's your music, or whether that's your business, or even your relationship and home life, that you have a container now for it, a commitment to show up, a deep desire and want, that the child of this is the beauty way you see every day as beautiful, every day as an expression of your creative inner child. Feel that Trinity, feel the power of it, feel the beauty of it. Bringing magic into your life. This is deep magic. These forces of nature are magic. Precision, devotion, passion, desire, birthing, union, creation is magic. You are working with magic. Allow that inner witch magician to emerge from your being. Know that you have the power, the deep power to co-create with your destiny and with life itself. It is the path of pure innocence. It is your birthright. And anywhere where you feel like you're disappointed or you fucked up, welcome that as part of the chaos magic. It is part of the chaos magic that is needed in order to perfect your craft. Understand that and know that now. And welcome it all in now into your heart. Breathe it in, anchor it in, into your deep core of your heart, knowing it is done now, it is done, it is done. It's been a pleasure to be with you here today. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the guided meditation and the transmission. If you're interested in hearing more, going deeper, please check out bliss.school, www.bliss.school. And there's also a YouTube channel, and there are some transmissions on power on the YouTube channel, and there's also more guided meditation. So if you want to go even deeper, you're welcome to go even deeper with that. Thank you so much, Alex, for putting this together. Thank you all for being here, and I look forward to see you soon.